Welcome to Cool English. Today we reflect on a timeless teaching from the Buddha, a truth that is as relevant today as it was over 2,500 years ago. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think we become. Gautama Buddha. These are not just poetic words. They are a profound guide to how we live, how we grow, and how we find peace. 1. The power of thought. The Buddha taught that the mind is the source of all creation. If we think with anger, we create suffering. If we think with kindness, we create peace. Your thoughts shape your reality. Your words follow your thoughts. Your actions follow your words. So train the mind and you will transform your life. 2. Freedom from attachment. One of the Buddha's greatest insights was this: attachment is the root of suffering. We cling to desires, to fears, to people, to the past. But nothing in this world is permanent. All things rise and fall. The more we cling, the more we suffer. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. To let go is to be free. 3. Compassion for all beings. Another central teaching is compassion, not just for those we love, but for all living beings. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. When we meet anger with anger, the fire grows. But when we meet anger with compassion, the fire dies. This is the path of peace, to forgive, to understand, to care. 4. Walking the middle way. The Buddha rejected extremes, both luxury and self-punishment. He taught us to walk the middle way, a path of balance, discipline, and peace. This is the Eightfold Path. Right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. These are not rules, they are tools. A way to live wisely, to live well. Closing reflection. The Buddha did not ask us to believe, he asked us to see, to observe, to reflect, to understand. His teachings are not about worship, they are about awakening. So in your daily life, remember, be mindful of your thoughts. Let go of what you cannot hold. Be kind even when it is difficult. Walk in balance and live with purpose. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Dear friends, everyone seeks happiness. In every country, in every language, the human heart desires joy, peace, and contentment. But the Buddha taught a great truth. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Let us explore what this means and how we can live it. Diryu 1. Happiness comes from within. The Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. We often think happiness will come from things outside of us. Money, success, approval, or comfort. But all of these are temporary. They change. They disappear. True happiness is not found in what we have. It is found in how we think, how we act, and how we understand life. 2. Letting go of desire. The root of suffering is craving, always wanting more. We think, if I just get this job, this car, this relationship, then I'll be happy. But the Buddha taught, desire is like a thirsty man drinking salt water. The more he drinks, the thirstier he becomes. Happiness begins when we stop chasing and start appreciating. To be content is to be free. 3. Living with compassion. If you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path. The Buddha showed us that true joy comes from helping others, being kind and living without hatred. When we carry love in our heart, even in difficult times, we create happiness. Not only for ourselves, but for the world around us. 4. Mindfulness is the key. The mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Happiness comes when we are fully present, not lost in the past, not worried about the future. Through mindfulness, we learn to enjoy the simple moments. A breath, a smile, a quiet morning, a kind word. 5. Gratitude and simplicity. Health is the greatest gift. Contentment, the greatest wealth. And faithfulness, the best relationship. We don't need a perfect life to be happy. We just need to see clearly. Each day there is something to be thankful for. Food to eat, air to breathe, people to love. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. So what is the Buddha's path to happiness? Let go of craving. Be kind. Live mindfully. Be grateful. And remember, happiness is not something you find, it is something you become. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single flame, and the life of the flame will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. One of the most powerful teachings of the Buddha is mindfulness as the art of being fully present. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. The Buddha. In today's world, our minds are always busy. We are often worrying about what happened yesterday, or planning what might happen tomorrow. But the Buddha reminds us, life only happens now. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness means being fully aware of where you are, what you're doing, and how you feel, without judgment. It is the practice of living in the moment. It doesn't mean we stop thinking. It means we watch our thoughts without becoming trapped by them. When we are mindful, we breathe deeper. We listen better. We worry less. A story, The Monk and the Strawberry. Let me share with you a famous Zen story about mindfulness. One day, a monk was walking through the forest when a tiger began to chase him. He ran and ran until he came to the edge of a cliff. With nowhere to go, he grabbed a vine and lowered himself down the side. But below him he saw another tiger waiting. Hanging between two dangers, he noticed a single, ripe strawberry growing from the vine. He smiled, reached out, picked it, and ate it. It was the most delicious strawberry he had ever tasted. 3. The lesson of the strawberry. This story teaches us something powerful. The past is the tiger behind us. The future is the tiger below. The present moment, this breath, this taste, this smile, is all we truly have. The monk could have spent his last moment in fear. Instead, he chose to be present and found beauty, even in danger. Or mindfulness in daily life. You don't need to be in a temple to practice mindfulness. You can begin right now. When you drink tea, just drink tea. When you walk, just walk. When you speak, listen first. When you breathe, feel it fully. Each moment becomes more alive when we are truly in it. The present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments. Thich Nhat Hanh, Vietnamese Zen master. So remember, you don't need to fix the past. You don't need to control the future. You just need to show up for this moment, awake, calm, and grateful. Right here, right now is your life. Be here fully, and you will find peace. The Buddha said, meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back. Meditation is not about escaping the world. It is about seeing the world and yourself more clearly. What is meditation? Meditation means training the mind to be still, calm, and aware. Just as we exercise the body, we must also train the mind. Most of the time, our minds are full of noise, thoughts, worries, plans, distractions. But in meditation, we learn to watch our thoughts without following them. We come back to the breath again and again. Why did the Buddha meditate? Before the Buddha became enlightened, he spent many years in meditation, seeking truth, peace, and understanding. He sat under the Bodhi tree perfectly still and watched his thoughts come and go. He discovered that true freedom comes not from the outside world, but from mastering the mind. A short story, The Dirty Bowl. One day a student asked a monk, "Why do I feel so anxious even when I'm doing nothing?" The monk brought him a glass bowl full of muddy water. He shook it and said, "This is your mind, always moving, always cloudy." Then he set the bowl down. After a few minutes, the dirt sank to the bottom. The water became clear. That, the monk said, is what meditation does. How to meditate, simple practice. Meditation is not complicated. Even 5 minutes a day can change your life. Try this. 1. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. 2. Breathe slowly and naturally. 3. Focus your attention on your breath. 4. If your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. No judgment. No pressure. Just be still. Just breathe. What meditation teaches us. Meditation teaches patience, awareness, and compassion. We learn to pause before reacting. We learn to listen more deeply, to ourselves and to others. We begin to understand that thoughts are just thoughts, not truth. You should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day. Unless you're too busy, then you should sit for an hour. Zen proverb. You don't need to be a monk. You don't need to live in the mountains. All you need is a quiet moment, a place to sit, and the willingness to look inside. Because when you find stillness inside, you begin to live with clarity, peace, and purpose. In the silence of meditation, we hear the truth.